Hello everyone, my name is Saransh and today we are going to discuss about the multiplexer topic, right? So what a multiplexer is? Multiplexer is a circuit that will give us an output that has multiple number of lines and it will give us the output through one output line. Okay, so it has n number of inputs and one output and number of selection lines it has. Okay, so if I will draw a typical block diagram of a multiplexer circuit, then it will be like it has multiple inputs. Let's assume we have 4 inputs: I0, I1, I2 and I3, and selections line S0, S1 and one output. So this is a multiplexer circuit. Now the question that will arise here is what this S1 and what this S2 stands for, and what are the uses of these S1 and S2. So S1 and S2 are the selection lines. Okay, now what is the use of selection line? The selection line will decide which input has to be sent over the output, right? So which input will be sent to output, or what kind of information that we need to transmit, what information needs to be transferred, that can be done with the help of selection lines. Now these I0, I1, I2 and I3 are called inputs. These are input and Y is the output. Okay, so this is a basic multiplexer circuit. Now we will try to find out what is the internal architecture of this multiplexer. So this output circuit Y will produce I0, and if the selection line is let's assume that S1 and S0 both are high, then I0 information will be transferred, or in cases if I will generalize it, so it will be like this. So I0, that is both are 0, S1 dash S0. For I2 it will be S1 S0 dash, or for I3 it will be S1 S0. Now let's go and try to find out how we can use this multiplexer, or what will be the internal architecture of this multiplexer. So we will go and try to figure out what will be the internal architecture of multiplexer. So how we can find out the internal architecture of the multiplexer? So as in the last slide we have seen that a simple multiplexer has n number of inputs. Let's assume that we have 4 inputs I0, I1, I2, I3 and 2 selection lines S0, S1 and one output. So this output will be I0 and the output will depend on the selection line. Selection line will decide what information has to be sent at the output. So I0 will be either S1 dash S0 dash, or I1 S1 dash S0, I2 S1 S0 dash, I3 S1 S0. So if I have to implement this particular term, this first term I have to implement, right? I0, so it will be S1 dash S0 dash. So this will be like, I can implement it with the help of an AND gate. It will have three inputs, I0, S1 dash S0 dash, right? And it will give the output, this output it will give. So like this for the third term, and this is for the fourth term. Okay, and we will put all these outputs in an OR gate, and this OR gate will produce the function y. Okay, so all these have I1, I2, I3 and the selection lines S0, S1, S0, S1, S0 and S1. So these will be the selection line. So this will be the internal architecture of the multiplexer. This is the internal architecture of multiplexer. Now if I will analyze this internal architecture, then what I will find is this circuit has 2 to the power n input lines, right, and n number of selection lines. And one output line, right? So if I have two selection lines, then the input will be 2 to the power 2, that means 4 input lines will be there, and output is always 1. Okay, now let's try to implement some logical circuits with the help of multiplexer. Okay, now let's try to implement an XOR gate with the help of MUX. Implementation of XOR gate using MUX or multiplexer, right? So firstly I need to find out what is the output of the XOR gate. So the output of XOR gate is x dash y plus xy dash. This is the output, or we generally write it like this, XOR gate, this is the output. So if you can analyze this function, it has two variables, right? This function has two variables, right? This has two variables. So two variables, I have two variables, so the input lines will be 2 to the power 2, so it has 4 input lines, or I will call it as address lines as well, and there will be two selection lines x and y. Two selection lines x and y. So this circuit will be like this. It has I0, I1, I2, I3 and two input lines x and y and one output line. Okay, now if I will try to find out what is the output. So the output will depend on the input, right? So output will be a sum of product form. So it will be x dash y dash plus I1 x dash y plus I2 x y dash plus I3 x y, right? But what I need is I need only x dash y and x y dash at the output, right? So I have to, where is x dash y? X dash y is here and x y dash is here. So I will just put I1 and I2 both as 1 or both in the high state. So I1 and I2 in the high state and these I0 and I3 in the low state. So now this multiplexer circuit will produce the output I0 is 0, 0, x dash y dash plus 1, x dash y plus 1, x y dash plus 0, x y. So now this circuit will produce x dash y and x y dash. So this is the implementation of XOR gate by using a multiplexer. So what we have understood from this? So we have understood that a multiplexer circuit can implement a multiplexer circuit can implement any Boolean function. So any Boolean function can be implemented with the help of multiplexer circuit, just like this. So this is a 4x1 multiplexer, right? So now let's try to implement some more Boolean functions or some more circuits by the help of multiplexer. So now let's try to implement a full adder circuit using multiplexer. Okay, so what is a full adder circuit? A full adder circuit has 3 inputs, 2 outputs, right? X, Y, Z, these are 3 inputs, right? And sum and carry are 2 outputs, right? So there is a problem that will come here. I won't be able to produce 2 outputs from a single multiplexer circuit because the output of the multiplexer circuit is 1. There is only one output in the multiplexer circuit. So sum and carry both won't be able to produce with the help of single multiplexer. So I need at least 2 multiplexers, right? I will just write the sum of product form or just the schema representation form of the sum. So in sum 1, 2, 4, 7 bits are high, and for carry 3, 5, 6, 7 are high. Okay. Now I have to implement it with the help of multiplexer. So I will have a multiplexer circuit of I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6 and I7, and there will be 3 selection lines X, Y, Z, and it will produce the output sum, right? So let's assume that this is our 8 cross 1 multiplexer. Now it's a, how many inputs are there? There are total 8 inputs. 2 to the power 3 is 8. So this 3 will be our selection lines. These 3 will be in the selection lines, or by just implementing a full adder, we know that we have 3 inputs. So these 3 will go into the selection line, and these 2 to the power 3 will produce 8 input lines, right? This is how I can implement a full adder circuit. Now what I need is, the sum is for 1, 2, 4, 7, it is for 1, 2, 4, 7, it is high. 1, 2, 4, 7, it is high, and rest of the values are 0. So this circuit will produce 1, 2, 4, 7, right? Now if I have to implement carry, then I will just have I3, I5, I6 and I7 inputs as high. So these input will be high and the rest of the other inputs will be low. I0, I1, I2, I4, these will be low. This is also a 8 cross 1 multiplexer, and this will have 3 inputs X, Y, Z, and this will produce carry, that is 3, 5, 6, 7. So this will produce 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's how I can implement a full adder by using a multiplexer circuit. Now let's take another example. Okay. Now I have a circuit. It's just a simple circuit of 4 cross 1 marks. Right. I'll first draw that circuit and let's try to find out what this circuit actually tells us and what we can understand from this circuit. So this is a 4 cross 1 marks. So two inputs are having an input C dash and the other two inputs have an input C, and the selection line S1 and S0 has two inputs A and B, and this circuit is producing Y. Now if I have to find out what is this Y, what this mux is actually implementing. I have to find the value of what y is. I need to find out this. Okay, now this is a 4 cross 1 mux, right? So this will be 0 0, this will be 0 1, this will be 1 0, and this will be 1 1, right? So the y will be c dash 0 0. 0 0 means a dash b dash plus c dash a dash b plus c a b dash and plus c a b. So this mux is producing this function, right? Now this function has 3 variables, right? It has total 3 variables, a, b and c. So it has 3 variables. Now if I have to reduce this function, so let's try to find out whether I am able to reduce this function or not. So because it has 3 variables, so I will have a k-map of 2 to the power 3 cells, that is 8 cells, right? So I will draw a k-map for this, right? This is the k-map that I have. It has a dash a, b dash c dash, b dash c, bc and bc dash. So the first is c dash a dash b dash. So this will be 1. C dash a dash and b. So this will be 1. C dash okay, C dash a dash and b, C a b dash, C a b, C a b dash and C a b c. So this will give us this function and this function. So it will be reduced like this. So this y will be a dash b dash, a dash b dash and a dash c dash plus a b c. So this will be the reduced form of this, right? So that's the function that I have. Now the main and the important point from here is this actually has 3 inputs, right? So it has to be like the mux that I have to be used is of 8 cross 1, but I have used a 4 cross 1 mux here to implement. So a reduced size mux can also be used to implement any Boolean function, right? This is the conclusion that we have drawn from this, that we can use any mux to implement any Boolean function, a reduced size mux to implement any Boolean function, right? So now let's take another example and try to implement this function one, 3, 6, 7 using a 4 cross 1 multiplexer, right? So let's try to implement this. So the first step to implement this, because we have a value of 1, 3, 6, 7, right? So I can implement it directly with the help of 8 cross 1 multiplexer, but I have to use the 4 cross 1 multiplexer. So a 4 cross 1 multiplexer will have one output, right? 4 inputs and 2 selection lines, right? So this will be our I0, I1, I2, I3, and 2 selection lines will be there, S0, S1 and 1 output. This is the 4 cross 1 marks. So firstly, I need to make the truth table for this function. So this function is high for 1, 3, 6, 7, right? So I have, I'll just write it here, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and the function is high for 0, 1, 2, 3. I will just write the decimal terms in the left side of this. So this is 1 for 1, 3, 6, 7, 1, 3, 6, 7, it is high, and for the rest of the values it is 0, right? So this is the truth table that we have drawn. Now the next step will be, I have to choose any variable for the selection lines, because it has 3 inputs A, B, C. I can choose any variable for the selection line, either A, either B, either C. So let's, for the sake of time, I will choose A for the as a selection line. Sorry, A as the A I will take it in the input, A I will take in the input, and B and C as selection lines, because it is a 4 cross 1 mark, so it has 2 selection lines. So B and C in the selection lines, right? Now as I have 4 inputs, I0, I1, I2, I3, and I will put A in the input variables. So A will be either high or low. It's low and this is high. So it is, I'll just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Now this is high for 1, 3, 6 and 7. 1, 3, 6 and 7, it is high. So when there is nothing is highlighted, I will consider it as 0. This I will consider it as A dash. This I will consider it as A, just like this. This is A dash because it symbolizes A dash, and this will be equal to 1. So I will have an input of 0, A dash, A and 1, and I will give B and C here. So now this circuit will produce this function. 1, 3, 6, 7. This circuit will produce this particular function, right? Now let's assume the case that I have to take C in the input and A and B in the selection lines, right? So how this is going to happen? Now as you can see that C is 0. Here I'll just here and here. So it is 0 for 0, 2, 4 and 6, and 1 for 1, 3, 5 and 7, right? So this is C dash and this is C. It is 0 and this is 1. So this will have I0, I1, I2, I3, right? Now I have 1, 3, 6, 7, 1, 3, 6 and 7. This will be C, this is C, this is 0 and this is 1. So I will have the input as C, C, 0, 1 for the 4 cross 1 multiplexer and A and B as the input. These will be in the I0, I1, I2, I3. So this is the concept how I used this C in the input and A in the input by using this multiplexer, right? Now this will also produce the function 1, 3, 6, 7, right? So that's how we can implement any Boolean function or any function with the help of multiplexer. Now let's take another example that I have this circuit. I have a 4 cross 1 mux with input I0, I1, I2 and I3, and it has inputs like this. This I1 is 1, this I2 and I3 are connected to the input C. This will be C dash. I have to find what is the output of this multiplexer. I have to find out what is the output of this multiplexer. Now we have A and B in the selection lines as well. For S1 and S0 we have A and B in the selection lines. Now I have to figure out what is the value of f and this in this function, right? So we have 3 variables A, B and C. We have 3 variables A, B and C. So I have to draw a K-map for this. Now always remember that whenever you are drawing a K-map, always take the input on this side. So we have the input C, so take it here, and the selection lines over here. Okay. Now, as you can see that the I0, the function for this will be like C dash A dash B dash 1 into AB plus C into 1 into 0 0 0 1 1 into C AB and C into AB. So this will be the function for this K-map. Now I will try to short this. Okay. So first one is C dash A dash B dash. So this will be 1, right? Now the another one is A dash B. So these both will be 1. The next one is A dash C. A dash C. Right? A dash and C. And next one is A, B and C. Right? A dash is common here and here. I have to implement C A dash. So this will be the function, right? I can have this 4 pair and this 2. And I can find out the solution for this as well. Okay, this is how we can implement any Boolean function with the help of multiplexer. Now let's assume I have one more example. This is also a circuit. I need to find out what the function this circuit is going to perform. So I have a 4 cross 1 mux. So I0 is 0, I1 is X dash, I2 is 1, I3 is X, right? And the selection lines are Y and Z. So I need to find out what function this circuit is actually performing. So as I told you that whatever the input you have to draw the K-map for it, right? So I will put X here, X dash X, this is Y dash Z dash, Y dash Z, Y Z, Y Z dash, right? Now I have to find the function. So this will be, function will be 0, Y dash Z dash, because this is 0 0, this is 0 1, this is 1 0 and this is 1 1. So this is X dash Y dash Z plus 1 X Y dash plus X Y Z. Okay, now this function will be like X dash Y dash Z plus X Y dash and X Y Z. I had to short this function. So first it is x dash, right? The first one is x dash. Now if I have to find this input, I will just draw this particular function like this that we have done earlier. I need to get 0, x dash, 1 and x here, right? This is what I need in the end, and this is x dash and x. Now as you can see here in the truth table, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So this is 1 for, this is x dash for 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3 will be here, and 4, 5, 6, 7 will be for the 4, 5, 6, 7 will be here, right? And I need a 0. So how x will come? X will come when I will encircle this, right? How 1 will come? When both the circles are encircled. And x dash when this is encircled, and 0 for this. So I will have this term 1, 2, 6, 7, right? Now I can put this 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 1, 2, 6, 7. So this will make one pair, this will make one pair, and this will be alone. So this function will be x dash, y dash, z plus xy plus y z dash. So this will be the correct function, not this, right? This is wrong function. This function that we got is directly by solving this. So this is not the exact solution. This is the exact solution that we will get from this equation, right? Now in this particular session, what we have gone through is the different type of multiplexers or mux. So we can implement any Boolean function with the help of multiplexers. With the help of implement any Boolean function with multiplexer, right? So these are the conclusions that we have got by using the multiplexers. So thank you guys, thank you for this particular session. Thank you very much. Bye bye.